In the next few minutes, we're about to reveal the 7 deadly triggers of insulin resistance that could be lurking in your daily life. Imagine hidden enemies silently sabotaging your health. Enemies that you may not even be aware of. Each one a potential trigger, each one a potential threat. Why should you care? Because understanding these triggers is not just about knowing what's bad for you, it's about empowering yourself, arming yourself with knowledge, and taking control of your health. These triggers are not just about insulin resistance. They're linked to some of the most severe health conditions, including type 2 diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and even cancer. So, are you ready to unmask these hidden enemies of your health? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into each of these triggers and reveal how you can combat them effectively. Did you know that insulin resistance is a key risk factor for devastating chronic diseases? It's a silent threat, often overlooked, yet it's linked to some of the most severe health conditions, including type 2 diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and even cancer. In fact, it is believed that a significant portion of adults in numerous countries are wrestling with insulin resistance. Understanding what triggers this condition is crucial for maintaining our health. Today we will delve into the 7 key risk factors that cause insulin resistance. First on our list is visceral and ectopic fat. The term visceral fat refers to the fat deposits that accumulate inside our abdominal cavity. These are nestled among our internal organs. This is also known as intra-abdominal fat. On the other hand, ectopic fat is the unwanted guest that resides in places it shouldn't. For example, in our muscles and organs that are not intended for fat storage, such as the liver. There is a strong connection between these types of fat and insulin resistance. When visceral and ectopic fat accumulate, they disrupt the body's ability to use insulin effectively. This sets the stage for insulin resistance. But here's the silver lining. By maintaining a healthy body weight, we can reduce these kinds of fats. This can lower the risk of insulin resistance. So as we navigate through our daily lives, remember this. Every step towards a healthier lifestyle is a step away from the clutches of insulin resistance. Maintaining a healthy body weight can help reduce these kinds of fats and lower insulin resistance. The second risk factor is chronic hyperinsulinemia. Now let's understand what this means. Put simply, it's a state where there's too much insulin circulating in the blood over a long period. This may sound harmless, but it's not. Hyperinsulinemia can lead to insulin resistance. You might be how? When insulin levels remain high, the body's cells begin to be less responsive to insulin. This is a classic instance of too much of a good thing becoming harmful. Thus, the ultimate aim is to prevent persistently high insulin levels. You might ask, how can I achieve that? One effective method is to control your diet. Eating high in glycemic index can increase your insulin levels. So aim to reduce their consumption and allow your body time between meals to return to a fasting state. Remember, a diet low in high glycemic index foods aids in maintaining healthy insulin levels. Let's discuss the third factor, inflammation. You may find it surprising, but inflammation can directly cause insulin resistance in all exposed cells. Why, you might ask? When inflammation happens, it is actually the body's defense against injury or threat. This reaction releases various chemicals that disrupt the normal function of insulin, resulting in insulin resistance. Inflammation can be triggered by multiple factors such as poor nutrition, lack of physical activity, stress, and inadequate sleep. It's important to note that inflammation is not an isolated problem, but a symptom of a deeper issue that needs attention. Therefore, managing inflammation is crucial, not only for insulin sensitivity, but for your overall health. Effective ways to manage inflammation include maintaining a balanced performing regular exercise, ensuring sufficient sleep, and managing stress. Always remember, controlling inflammation in your body is a significant step towards reducing insulin resistance. Our fourth risk factor is low muscle mass. You heard it right. Even if you're not carrying excess body fat, having a low muscle mass can make you insulin resistant. So this work? Well, our muscles are one of the major sites where glucose gets deposited after a meal. They play a crucial role in maintaining our blood glucose levels. When muscle mass decreases, our body's capacity to store glucose reduces. This leads to higher levels of glucose in the blood. Over time, this can result in insulin resistance. This is even more evident in individuals with sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is a condition characterized by loss of muscle mass and function. Studies have shown that these individuals have a higher risk of developing insulin resistance. These studies point to a clear link between muscle mass and insulin sensitivity. So, the takeaway is this. Optimal insulin sensitivity requires both high muscle mass and low body fat mass. Coming up fifth on our list is physical inactivity. Your body desires movement. Neglecting this can result in several health issues, among them insulin resistance. Insulin sensitivity decreases when we're sedentary. Consider a lifestyle dominated by sitting, whether it's at work or home. Minimal physical exertion can lead to this sedentary behavior. The result? Less muscle mass and more fat mass. We've discussed earlier that these contribute to insulin resistance. Here's a surprising fact. Physical inactivity can still impair insulin sensitivity, even without leading to muscle or fat mass decrease. Even with a healthy weight, inactivity can reduce your body's response to insulin. Whether it's a post-meal walk, a morning run, or a brief workout, movement is essential. Being active is the key to maintaining insulin sensitivity. The sixth risk factor is stress. This has been a part of human life since our early evolutionary days. It was a complex response to danger, preparing our Stone Age ancestors for fight or flight. In our modern world, stress has taken on a different, more chronic form. When we're under stress, our bodies become insulin resistant. Why does this happen? It's because our bodies, in a bid to prepare for danger, hold on to every bit of energy we have, making it harder for insulin to do its job. Acute insulin resistance, triggered by stress, can become chronic if we are constantly stressed. Stress triggers a low-grade inflammatory response. This inflammation can contribute to insulin resistance. In the long run, stress can also lead to an accumulation of fat in visceral depots, further contributing to insulin resistance. Managing stress is a vital step in maintaining insulin sensitivity. Finally, we have sleep deprivation. Would you believe that just a single night of poor sleep can impact insulin sensitivity? It is not merely about that morning grogginess. Sleep deprivation can actually inhibit your body's ability to process insulin. Did you know sleep deprivation can also increase biomarkers of minor inflammation? Hence, sufficient sleep is not a luxury. It's an essential requirement for maintaining insulin sensitivity and overall health. Let's take a moment to recap the 7 deadly triggers of insulin resistance we've discussed today. Firstly, visceral and ectopic fat. Remember, maintaining a healthy body weight is crucial to reducing these kinds of fats and lowering insulin resistance. Secondly, chronic hyperinsulinemia. A diet low in high glycemic index foods can help maintain healthy insulin levels, keeping hyperinsulinemia at bay. Thirdly, inflammation. Managing inflammation in the body is a key step to reducing insulin resistance. Seek professional advice if you're unsure about managing this. Fourthly, low muscle mass. Optimal insulin sensitivity requires both high muscle mass and low body fat mass. Regular strength training can help build muscle mass. Fifthly, physical inactivity. Staying active is crucial for maintaining insulin sensitivity. Incorporate physical activity into your daily routine. Sixthly, stress. Managing stress is a vital step in maintaining insulin sensitivity. Mindfulness techniques can be a helpful tool. And lastly, sleep deprivation. Getting enough sleep is essential for maintaining insulin sensitivity and overall health. Prioritize a good night's sleep. By understanding these triggers, you're already on the path to better health. Stay positive, stay informed, and stay healthy.